Good evening, everyone. I would like to call the July 14th, 2026 council meeting to order, and I ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Dr. Lee?
Here.
Ms. Simmons?
Here.
Ms. Pendergast?
Here.
Dr. Wells?
Here.
Ms. Shanholster?
Here.
We do have a quorum present. If you will stand with me for the prayer and the pledge. Oh, gracious Lord, we come before you tonight, first and foremost, just to say thank you. Thank you for your grace and your mercy. For we know that death is running rapid throughout the nation, but when it hits home as it has hit with us, we ask that every heart and every mind be mended towards the families that are going through their hour of bereavement. For surely this time will come to each one of us. Lord, we thank you right now for this council, that we'll have a meeting of the minds, and that we will come together and make straight the business of the city. I ask these and many more blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag for the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this point, we'll recognize anyone who has signed up to speak, and we only have one person that has signed in, and that's PJ Green. If you will come to the podium, state your name and address for the records.
You said my name is?
Yes, sir.
My name is PJ Green. My address is 736 Matheson Road, Milledgeville, Georgia.
Tell us what you want us to know.
I'm wondering what actions I'm supposed to be taking. I've been waiting over 7 months for returning my taxes that the city and the council took from me, despite having properly filled out tax exemption paperwork for my veterans disability status and having it dated correctly. They've stolen over $2,200 from me, about $743 from the city and over $1,400 from the county. I keep getting the runaround. I've talked with my mortgage company. The mortgage company said that there's nothing they can do, that I'm supposed to go back and talk to the tax assessors. The tax assessors are telling me that the supposed holdup for the county is that I didn't technically own the home in January. The closing happened in February, but they said the city part should be fine. When I replied, well, the city still hasn't returned my money, I didn't get a reply back.
Who did you reply? Who did you send a request to, sir?
I've been talking with whoever it is that works in the tax assessor's office in the county.
Okay, so that's different from the city. If you're over there speaking with them, if you have an issue, you need to contact Ms. Melba Hilton.
So more runaround is what you're telling me.
I'm trying to tell you where you need to get your answers.
Okay.
And that's Miss Melba Hilton Butts sitting right there, and she can direct you from there. But
Okay.
any tax-based stuff does come through the county. They would be the ones that withhold the taxes.
Oh, I know they withheld it.
Mhm.
They took my money and I want it back.
Okay. So what I'm saying to you tonight then is make sure tomorrow morning you contact Miss Melba Hilton Butts and let her lead you where you need to go.
Okay. And how do I get a hold of you, ma'am?
You can call our number and I'll give it to you, actually. If you see us at the end of the meeting, I'll make sure I give you the information so we can get that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. No one else has signed up, so we'll keep the meeting going. This evening, we have a presentation from the representatives of 441 Music Festival. At this time, I'll recognize those individuals to come to the podium and make their presentation.
All right. I have some packets I need to pass out. So I have 9, so you might have to.
If that's this right here, then I've already given it to them.
Excellent. Okay.
Is that the same one?
I have some updated ones. They're pretty similar. So.
Gotcha.
Thank you so much. Awesome. I'll pass these around.
This one.
I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Jake Stein. I'm the president of Alpha Tau Omega fraternity at Georgia College, and I'll let these guys introduce themselves.
My name is Tyler Lorzell.
And I'm Judd Stewart.
All right, and like I said, we're part of ATO, Alpha Tau Omega fraternity, and we're here today because we think there is an incredible opportunity that we can do here in Milledgeville, and that is create a music festival right here in downtown. We have experience doing this with County Line Music Festival. We do it at Spec Farms every year with the Kappa Alpha fraternity. And we want to start our own thing, though. And we want to do it right here in downtown, have it next spring, probably April. And I'll get into the details. So talk about the mission. The mission of 441 Music Festival is to create a safe, well-organized event that brings the Milledgeville community together, supports local businesses, and generates meaningful philanthropic impact. We'll do this by activating downtown in a purposeful and engaging way. The festival delivers value far beyond what a typical day would. And before we go any further, I would love to talk about who we are as a fraternity. As a national fraternity, we are the nation's first values-based fraternity. We were founded on the principles of love and respect. The Alpha Tau Omega fraternity consistently, at Georgia College specifically, consistently demonstrates the highest standards of service, leadership, and brotherhood, both on and off campus. We were founded 10 years ago, and in these 10 years, this is what we have to show for it. We've won Homecoming King. Every year we've been on campus. Won Greek Week. Every year we've been on campus. And 4-time Fraternity of the Year, most recently in 2025. And a True Merit, 3-time True Merit winners. That's an ATO National Award for some of the best chapters in the country. And beyond the accolades, our organization is really centered around developing strong leaders. And what we value most is servanthood. And it's our dedication to these values that distinguishes our organization and reflects the true purpose of what fraternity life was meant to be. And like I told you, servanthood is what's most important to us. And that is why 2 years ago, we decided to partner with Brighter Days Ministry. And they're the central focus of this initiative. Have y'all heard of Brighter Days Ministry here in Milledgeville? Mm-hmm. All right, awesome. Then if you know Jeff Humans. He is dedicated to serving individuals in the Milledgeville community by meeting them where they are, providing support, encouragement, and the love of Christ. So like I said, 2 years ago, we wanted to be intentional. We didn't just want to write a check off to a national philanthropy. We wanted to get hands-on and see where our money was going. And every semester, we're able to work with Brighter Days to host community build days in local neighborhoods, sharing the love and joy of Christ through the Milledgeville area by building porches, stairs, wheelchair ramps, gardening, and picking up litter. And we're so close with Jeff, we actually initiated him as an ATO this past November. And through this partnership, we received multiple recognitions through the school, including Chapter Philanthropy of the Year, Service Project of the Year Award, Outstanding Community Partner Award, and Best Awareness Campaign or Event Award from our previous music festival, County Line. All right, so why launch a new event? County Line, we generated over $100,000 worth of revenue and attracted 3,500 attendees. So why launch a new event if it was so successful? It just represents a strategic evolution of what our previous efforts were. After successfully executing a large-scale music festival that drew thousands of attendees and generated significant revenue, we identified an opportunity to build something with greater structure, accountability, and long-term potential. And County Line was heading in a direction that we didn't think represented our chapter or Brighter Days well. Party was starting to become the focus and not philanthropy. Our goal is not to recreate Woodstock. Our goal is to raise as much money as possible for Jeff while engaging the Milledgeville community in a responsible way. So why 441 Music Festival? The name is intentionally rooted in local identity. 441 runs directly through Milledgeville. It connects Milledgeville to Lake Country, to Athens, all the way down to Dublin, and it represents connection, movement, and bringing people into Milledgeville. This is a completely fresh start for us. I can't emphasize this enough. This is not a fraternity party. So much so, we're taking the letters off of it while still taking full accountability. We'll have a stronger structure, a clear long-term picture, not two fraternities trying to decide what we're trying to achieve here. And this is way more than just a concert. You have the same Deep Roots vibe, just with a focus on the live music. We engage downtown businesses, and it leaves room for vendors to be present from outside downtown. and you get the full day to night experience. If y'all don't mind turning to page 6, this is going to be reference A. All right. This is Jam for Camp. This is a music festival that goes on in Athens, Georgia, student-led. It was started by the Sigma Nu chapter at the University of Georgia when one of their brothers, Cam, passed away from melanoma cancer. So every year they throw on this festival dedicated to him, and the money goes to melanoma cancer research. What started as a festival getting just 2,000, 3,000 attendees grew to 70,000 attendees this past March. And you'll see on the right, this is Give Butter. It's GoFundMe kind of donation drive. They were also on top of the revenue of 70,000 tickets at $40 a piece. They raised another $1 million for melanoma cancer research. Now, do I expect there to be or think that we can hold 70,000 people right here in downtown Milledgeville? Probably not. But what it does show is how high the demand is right now for these live music festivals. Rock is back, and so is the live music scene. Ever since COVID, it's just grown more and more. And on the right, you'll see how much attention this draws to a cause. Especially as college students, some Milledgeville residents, we're kind of siloed in with our lives, but you don't have to drive very far to find someone who is in need, just needs a loving hand, needs to be seen. That's what Briar Days is accomplishing at such a high level right now in our community, and I want people to see that. And I think a music festival is a great way to bring attention to it. And we can flip back to page 2. And we'll continue with Briar Days, full alignment with them. They are the soul philanthropy. Mr. Jeff has given his all to Milledgeville. This is a perfect way for Milledgeville to give back to him. And it fits the downtown vision perfectly. There's an unmatched, charming atmosphere about downtown Milledgeville. You feel it with deep roots, and it brings energy, foot traffic, and of course the beautiful springtime Milledgeville. There's scalable growth potential. It's designed to become an annual tradition for students, alumni, and residents. Every year you're going to have bigger artists, more sponsorships, and there's even multi-day potential. You could pair it up with First Friday, maybe have the stage already out there, get a lower level band, and use that as a sales funnel for the main event on Saturday, or maybe barbecue cook-offs, something like that. All right, and next page, we'll talk about the economic impact. It's designed to generate meaningful economic activity for downtown Milledgeville. Foot traffic equals business revenue. Thousands of attendees are going to be concentrated downtown. People are going to eat, drink, shop before, during, and after the festival. And like I said before, we have a proven track record with doing this with County Line. We generated over $100,000 in revenue, and $5,000 of that was from food revenue percentage share with vendors. And those percentages were somewhere between 5 to 15% for each one, which shows how well those vendors were doing at this music festival. And if y'all would like to see financial transparency, our budget sheet from County Line, you can find it on page 7, that's reference B. And I'm also gonna have Tyler talk about some other connections we have.
Well, yeah, I'm Tyler Lorzell, and I've been in Milledgeville for the last 9 years. My family moved here in 2017 from Chicago, so I've been here for a while. And I just wanted to kind of share some of the connections and opportunities that I've had while I've been in Milledgeville. So starting off with County Line, I was in charge of getting vendors and some sponsors for the event. And that was a good way for me to meet a lot of local restaurant owners and business owners downtown, some of which Mr. Frank at Greens, who's helped us a ton. He's helped us with ideas for potentially moving an event downtown because he started Deep Roots, and he's given us a lot of support. And, you know, other restaurants like Metropolis, I've worked there for about a year and a half now, and I've gotten a nice relationship with Deepak, who owns that, and he's shown a lot of support in that. And so there's a lot of support and interest from all these local businesses. I know Amici and The Brick have expressed a lot of interest in it. And so there's a lot of support from them. And I also wanted to mention my mom, who's a mortgage lender here in town. Her name's Amy Lorzell, and she's a part of the Milledgeville Chamber of Commerce, and she sits on the board. And she's gotten me to meet a lot of the people on that, and I've gotten a chance to kind of share what our idea is, and they just have also shown us a lot of support for an event like this. And so, yeah, I'm going to pass it back over to Jake.
Thanks, Tyler. And also we'll talk about local business integration. All the food vendors can be local. The bars and restaurants will thrive, but it doesn't just have to be food and drink that wins. We can partner with the shops downtown to make 441 themed items. If we, for instance, take the brick sign, put 441 on it, make a logo out of it. People will get fired up about that. You have potential for growth year over year. As the festival grows, so does the economic impact, and it becomes a long-term driver of downtown activity. And there's so many other indirect benefits. You have increased visibility for Milledgeville. It attracts visitors from other schools, other towns, and positions Milledgeville as a vibrant destination and establishes a strong downtown brand. And we'll get into the plan. So we plan on it being a one-day event experience, either the first or second Saturday in April. I know that first weekend in April will not be Easter until 2030, so looking ahead there. 4 to 5 college rock bands. If you'd like a good example, the Stews or Congress, the band, they were headliners in the past for us for County Line. You get the downtown festival atmosphere, open container, local restaurants as the vendors, and at least 10 porta potties, I'd say. We'll look at physical layout when we get to section G. For safety and control, we'll have police officers, security team, 3 controlled entrances, and a crowd size cap. I put 5,000 on there for now, but we'll work with the city, whoever we need to figure out that number. So getting into logistics, if y'all don't mind flipping to page 10, this is the layout I had in mind. Like I said, we're not locked into this. This is where we would consult y'all on the best way to go about this, but this is what I had in mind. You'll see I have the stage right here on the, that's the west Hancock side, and then the crowd area will be in the intersection down through the east Hancock side of downtown, and then the vendors and porta potties will be located on north and south Wayne Street. Probably the south Wayne Street side goes a little bit further, and then entrances on all those streets. And then the green room will be the band, the Deep Roots mural. I keep the bands back there, privacy, make sure nobody's messing with them. All right, and we can flip back to page 4. Like I said, controlled entry and capacity are 3 designated exit and entry points. We'll have a wristband system, capacity limit, barricades, and most importantly, security and safety. We'll have private security presence, several police officers, 21 and up wristbands, make sure we have excellent alcohol control, emergency plans in place, and insurance. I went ahead and attached our policy from County Line Music Festival. We have a good connection with insurance. It was around $1,200, so that's on page 11 if you'd like to see the details there. Cleanup and post-event, street sweepers. We can provide more trash cans, and we'll make sure we have a clear timeline to residents for street reopening. All right, next I'm going to talk about creating a 501c3. We are in the process of establishing a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And we're doing this because it gives you all peace of mind, ensuring that the proceeds are managed responsibly and directed towards Priorities Ministry, our meaningful cause. And lucky for me, my stepfather is an attorney. He's actually worked with clients on creating 501c3s. So page 12 through 15 is an email from him on very detailed steps on how to file. And also Judd has a really good connection for that.
Yes, so I'm Judd Stewart, and like Tyler, we also have some pretty good connections in the state government here. I have a long-term family friend in the state house. His name is Scott Hilton. I believe he represents the section of 48 in Georgia. And we've gone back and forth a lot, and in return for maybe supporting a little bit of his campaign, he can help us with the process of filing the 501c3 alongside Jake's uncle. And because we know that can take a while, and while we're confident, it may not be guaranteed that we can receive that by the time of the music festival. However, he can help us more so guarantee that it will be expedited, and we will have that filing and tax exemption before the music festival date. Thank you. Back to Jake.
Thanks, Judd. All right. And so we'll look into financial transparency. You can go ahead and go to page 5. Like I said, that budget sheet from County Line is on page 8, so if you need to reference that. We'll talk about expected expenses. So band bookings is anywhere, and by the way, we completely pay for this. We're not asking for a dime. We are fully prepared to handle all of this. Band bookings is somewhere between $15,000 to $40,000. So $15,000 would say we have a $5,000 headliner. Okay, so the total with a low budget headliner will be around $38,400. So to break even, we would need to sell $20 tickets, 2,000 attendees, $20 tickets to get $40,000 and break even comfortably. Now let's say we want to do a big headliner. Last year it was a $19,000 headliner for County Line. Let's say we do $20,000. Now we're looking at a $53,400 budget. So 2,200 tickets would be sold at $25, $55,000 break even comfortably. And it's all about philanthropic commitment. Our central goal is to generate funds for Brighter Days. We don't see a dime, and our goal is to raise at least $10,000 in the first year for Brighter Days. So why are we qualified to do this? Why should we be the group that you trust to bring this music festival to downtown Milledgeville? We have proven success. We've already planned and executed a six-figure revenue music festival, and that same event resulted in $35,000 being given to philanthropy, demonstrating the ability to make meaningful impact in the community. We'll have a clear 501c3 executive board and board of directors with defined responsibilities, oversight, and accountability. We've learned so many lessons, had such valuable insights, and we'll be able to apply them from what we've learned at County Line, and we'll be able to apply them to this new festival. And we are fully committed to working closely with the city to ensure the event meets all expectations and reflects positively on the community. You can't tell, this is something we are really passionate about. We've put a lot of thought behind it. We think, like I said, the demand is so high right now for these music festivals. And I know you just see us three, but we have over 100 brothers and whoever else we recruit in the fall and spring that are going to go to bat for this and make sure that this is a very successful event. I would love to answer any questions y'all have.
Well, I want to know, how do you differ from Deep Roots? Because it sounds a lot like what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's imperative that we close down the street and make it a ticket because it gives us a steady revenue stream and it makes it a lot easier to pay for everything. Also, it's a focus on the music festival. I think that could be more appealing to maybe a family or a kid. You know, you have something to look forward to all day. So maybe it doesn't differ too much. I'd say the biggest difference is the music festival aspect, having the live music. But I think Milledgeville is, the downtown's so special, I don't think it's crazy to make it where you have two amazing festivals a year, especially in the springtime where I feel like the weather is perfect.
And so my other response is going to be, with Deep Roots, they changed a lot of what you're presenting to us about ticketing, having the different size barricaded. They have a child area. Pretty much, it sounds like their event. It's just you're taking it to a different level. More so, you're saying you have more music. And I heard you say you're going to have, what, is it rock? What all?
Yes, man. It'd be a rock, the college rock you call it. It's a lot of cover bands, crowd-pleasing bands. What's that?
Council, you all have any questions? If you do, you may speak at this time.
Well, thank you guys for putting together a detailed proposal. My question is, I see that there is a reference page from IRS for the 501c3. Will it be created as a private foundation or a public one? And is it going to be solely for Brighter Days?
It will be solely for Brighter Days at the time of it being found.
Will it be a private foundation, nonprofit, or will it be a public nonprofit
I don't know the exact
entity?
answer to that question at this moment, but I believe it's public.
Believe so. You guys haven't started the process yet, right?
Not yet. We were
Okay.
waiting on approval for being downtown. That's really just need the permission, and then we can proceed with everything else.
Okay.
Something I wanted to ask. Go ahead.
I didn't have any questions. I think it's a wonderful presentation, and I do like music festivals, and I've always I go to other cities to go to music festivals, so I'm excited about what you're talking about doing and bringing it to downtown. I don't know, Mr. Jordan, what type, when you say you're looking for approval, what exactly would we, I don't think there's anything that we need to approve at this time.
Not specifically, but through the city manager and through
And
Main
Main Street, I would think.
You know, it has to be designated
Yeah.
as a festival, and obviously It's on Hancock Street, so GDOT is going to play a role in the timing of all of that. Have an open container like
Right.
you guys
Right, those are
approved
the
for-
things that you have to get approval from us for, the open containers, and for us to apply to GDOT to be able to close the streets for you.
Absolutely.
And once you establish your dates and all of that, then you would come back before us for those particular things. But, and you know, your organization, that's on you. We really don't have anything to do with that. Go ahead and, you know, you have a vision, and I would follow through with getting it organized, because I think working with Main Street and with our city manager here, you would be able to you know, get them to help you put all of that together, and so you'll know exactly which way to go and what direction you need to move in, and get things to us to approve for you in a timely basis, so you can go ahead and then have your advertising and everything else. But I'm excited. I like rock music. I like all genres of music, so I would be excited, and I know several people that I could say, let's go, and they're going to be there, because music moves everybody. So
Sure does.
I just think that's exciting for Milledgeville. Thank you.
And I wanted to ask another question. You was talking about security. You have your own security, or will you be seeking security from the city of Milledgeville?
We used a security company called Solomon LLC for
Mhm.
County Line Music Festival. We plan on using them again. It was around 8 guys.
So basically, you're saying you just want to have it in Milledgeville. You don't need anything from the city of Milledgeville but the approval to move forward with Main Street.
Yes.
Okay.
Madam Mayor,
You'd have
I
to
would
have
like to
police
say,
officers.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
gonna have
think
to
we had
have.
to mention also.
And 8 wouldn't be enough for the size
We would,
crowd.
yes, we would get-
It wouldn't be enough. So you would have to get there again, work with the city manager in Main
Absolutely.
Street to get police officers. And then there's the discussion about garbage pickup and street cleaning following that, so that there again, city manager will be able to guide you and direct you on that. And those are the types of things that they will let you know what needs to be done in those instances.
Yes, ma'am.
And Madam Mayor, I believe that when this was brought to us initially, that the idea that they may potentially be able to join in with the hometown celebration,
Oh, that would
that
be
we have to
great.
make it a two-day event, that was something that was on consideration, I think, in the time frame for April.
Mhm.
I believe our dates would differ a little bit, but I believe that was part of what they were seeking, is that to potentially make that celebration, which is usually on a Friday, make it a two-day event.
Okay.
Make that a Friday and a Saturday, to combine in that regard. So I guess to do that, would they need you all's approval to
To
join
be
in
able
with
to
that
do it.
festival?
I mean, I'm excited about it. You know, I wanted a 2-day celebration for a while, so. But there again, just follow through on the steps that you need to. Your proposal is well put together, very well put together.
The only other thing that I can think of for April, and that is, I looked at my calendar, but I obviously had erased it for this year, but just to keep in mind that Georgia College sometimes has a jazz fest in April. So just, you know, since you're part of an organization there on campus, just check their calendar to make sure that it doesn't clash with anything that they're planning on doing. A lot of times they do things on the front campus
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
early spring. Okay.
And we're not locked into a date, so we're willing to work with organizations, make sure we're not here to make enemies. We want to
Right.
we want to invite everybody in.
Right.
Mayor, a couple of questions I had, or just brief comments. I would encourage you, because I see that you're looking at the first or second Saturday in April, and in addition to what Mayor Pro Tem Shinholster had said about the Jazz Fest at the front campus at GCSU, we do have a gentleman here in town, Mr. Gregory Barnes, who promotes and also organizes the Art Healthy Festival in conjunction with GCSU. I'm sure all three of you young men are familiar with it. And I would encourage you to reach out to him, because like you say, you're not here to cause conflict.
Right.
And that is, he's been doing that for a while, and it's very successful. So that would be one thing I'd encourage you to collaborate with. The second thing is Mr. Yeomans is a very valuable asset to this community, and Brighter Days is almost second to none in terms of what it does for the people who can't really do a lot for themselves in this community, and helping hands, so to speak. Because this festival is so closely tied with Brighter Days, and you're kind of sort of riding side saddle, you don't want to ride side saddle with the fraternity at County Line, but you are going to partner with Jeff on this, or at least promote him. I would encourage you to do as much as you can to provide the community and any press that is interested in it a list of things that Brighter Days supports. It will actually get your cause a little further. I'm not saying for this council. I'm just talking about once you start promoting this thing out in the community. I started one in my hometown in 1997. I don't think any of the three of you were even a twinkle in your parents' eye at that time. But the first thing that I was asked by a lot of people, particularly sponsors in the community, where's this money going? And okay, so you're going to give it to our County Alumni Association for the high school. What do they do with it, so to speak? There are a lot of people out there that know Jeff, but there are a lot of people who don't. So that's not any kind of directive. My vote would not be based on that, or my support would not be based on that. That's just me telling you that would help your cause a great deal. But I commend you for bringing this to council. You're very well spoken and very organized and very professional. And it sounds like you might have a few lawyers on your side, too. So.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for coming and making the presentation. We appreciate it. And as she stated, just get back with Ms. Melba Hilson Butts and what's her name? Ms. Jennifer Snazzy.
Yes.
And, work things out. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. Thank you, guys. And Ms. Butts, you have my information?
Give me after the meeting, we'll get it. We'll go from there.
Is it after the meeting?
You all have received a copy of June 23rd, 2026 council meeting minutes. Are there any corrections or amendments that need to be made? Hearing none, is there a motion to adopt the June 23rd, 2026 council meeting minutes?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. I'll ask the clerk, please call the roll.
Dr. Lee,
Aye.
Ms. Simmons,
Aye.
Ms. Pendergast, Dr. Wells,
Aye.
Ms. Shanholster.
Aye.
The motion carries and the minutes are approved. You all have received a copy of the June 30th, 2026 council meeting minutes. Are there any corrections or amendments that need to be made? Hearing none, is there a motion to adopt the June 30th, 2026 council meeting minutes?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. I'll ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Dr. Lee,
Aye.
Ms. Simmons,
Aye.
Ms. Pendergast, Dr. Wells,
Aye.
Ms. Shanholster.
Aye.
The motion carries and the minutes are approved. I want to thank everyone for showing up for our council retreat and for our convention. We had a really nice convention. I hope that everybody learned something from it. I learned that our police department is top-notch compared to the surrounding cities that we surround. They're top on the line for technology. They're moving mountains and doing things that just shocked me. I was sitting there listening. They were like, Mayor, do you have any questions? I'm like, no, because what you're saying, we're not having those type of problems in the city of Milledgeville. So we're grateful to them for doing an outstanding job. Also, Dr. Lee and Ms. Simmons and I was in a breach security class, and I found a lot of interesting things in that particular class. But I think Dr. Lee and I both kind of gave the nod that we were okay there as well. Anybody else want to add something to what I've said about it? The conference itself was really nice this year. They really went out their way to make sure that we had a wonderful conference and then downtime as well. So I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Definitely, as always.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. All right, this time we will move to the city manager's report, and I will recognize Ms. Hilson Butts.
Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
I just wanted to kind of talk really quickly about a meeting that we held on July 2nd with a family in regards to a blighted property on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. You all familiar with the pink building there? So, need I say more on that? But it was a very encouraging meeting because the family has come to us and they have shared their plans on how they plan to eliminate that blight. and to make that particular entity, bring it back on good standing, and they're really interested in housing. And they were asking us some questions about what type of housing would best serve the needs of the city. And of course, we told them we need affordable housing. But I just want to just kind of give y'all an update that if you've driven by, you'll see that some of the shrubbery and the greenery and everything has been cleaned up. So they're showing us that they're committed and excited about bringing that property back up to standards so it can be a new shining star on MLK. So I just want to give you all the information about that. That's one thing I know that's been a thorn for a while. So they are working, and they're committed to working with us, and they've given us a definitive plan on what they plan to do and how they plan to do it. And we told them we're here to help them every step of the way, but we'll just be excited to see that property back up and livable and able to provide some housing for some needy families here in Milledgeville. So I just want to give y'all a quick update on that. I don't think I have anything else. Just
I forgot to share, Ms. Butts, that we met with Wayne Johnson, EMS today, yesterday, and they're going to a new portal that's going to save time and help to be able to respond in the midst of crisis. And so he needed some information from Ms. Butts that she's going to get to him to help get the system flowing. We also met with Dr. Brooks, who is very excited for the school year and what they're doing and what they're still doing and what they're going to do. She asked questions about the curfew, and I shared with her that Ms. Shinholster was driving that boat, but you know, she feels pretty confident that the way it's headed with some differences that maybe that might be possible. And then we met with Raymond Tubb and the new anchor person for Channel 13. And I think we're going to have a wonderful working relationship with Channel 13 going forward. So I forgot to mention that. All right, we do not have any old business tonight, so we will now move to new business, part of the agenda tonight, and I will ask the clerk to read ordinance -2607-19 by caption as a first read.
Ordinance O-2607-19, conduct the first reading of an ordinance amending the Land Development Code to rezone approximately 0.5 acres from SFR1, Single Family Residential 1, to CC, Community Commercial. Property is located at 812 North Columbia Street, Baldwin County Tax Map M57052. The property is owned by Anand Patel. The property will be used for a bakery.
This is the first reading of this ordinance, and I'm referring it to the Planning and Zoning Commission. I will ask the clerk to read ordinance 2607-20 by caption as a first read.
Ordinance O-2607-20, conduct the first reading of an ordinance amending the Land Development Code to rezone property located at 2493 Vinson Highway, tax map 072-001V 29-03 acres. Property is currently owned by Smithson Land Development LLC and will be represented by Matt Rossing. Property is currently zoned agricultural residential. Owner desires to rezone to light industrial for warehouse or light manufacturing.
This is the first read of this ordinance, and I'm referring it to the Planning and Zoning Commission. The final item on the agenda is to make one appointment tonight. I nominate Courtney Shavers to the Library Board. Is there a motion to confirm this nomination?
Motion to confirm.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yay.
I'll ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Dr. Lee?
Aye.
Ms. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Pendergast?
Aye.
Dr. Wills?
I suppose.
Ms. Shinholster?
Aye.
All right, I suppose.
We'll take that as a yes.
This concludes the item on the agenda. We do want to keep Richard Hodges' family in prayer. I've worked with Richard from the prison to the school system to a realtor. Very stand-up person, pillar of this community, and everyone knows him, as well as Willie Davis. Willie is my stepmom's first cousin, and Miss Shinhouse's longtime friend. She's gonna miss her swinging partner. And then
partner's gone.
we, Miss Celeste Hightower lost her mother, and the services are tomorrow at 11, and Mr. Hotry is at 12. We had somebody, and then Miss Carrie. Miss Carrie Lester.
Carrie Lester.
Carrie Lester lost her brother, and they funeralized him yesterday. So it's going through, and it takes all of us to be that help for them to lean on.
Yes,
throughout
and
these
I'd like to
times.
add, Mayor, that, Mr. Frederick Morgan, he lost his mother-in-law this morning as well.
Frederick
Wow.
Morgan.
Wow.
Do you know her name?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay, so our code enforcement officer, Frederick Morgan, lost his mother-in-law this morning.
Yeah, and I will add, when I was on my way back from Savannah, I found out that my first cousin passed away, so we had his funeral right after that. So it's been a lot. Been a lot going on this past couple of weeks.
And also, please keep Miss Map in prayer as they continue to take care of her father. If there's nothing on the agenda, does anyone on council have any other questions or comments? If not,
I will say that when at GMA, I took a class on succession planning, which is something that we really need to think about. The more I sat in the class, the more I thought, oh, we need to be doing that, and oh, we need to be doing that. There was a lot of things that we discussed that cities and counties forget about the fact that when someone leaves, there's someone that needs to have that knowledge. For instance, and Jimmy and I can refer to this, when somebody leaves the water department, when they know where all the water lines are, and the taps and the water mains and everything else, and we don't have that stuff. They have it all up here, and we don't have it. So, succession planning is very real. It's something that we all need to think about and start planning to do. And I plan on getting with the city manager so that she can implement some of the things that were in that class.
I've been asking for it for 9 years. Okay. Great. Anyone else before I adjourn? So hearing no other questions or comments, is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Meeting adjourned.
Oh,
The roll. Courtney. Roll.
Dr. Lee.
Oh, I'm sorry.
here.
Ms. Simmons. Ms. Pendergast.